Hello everybody, welcome to a new segment on the Tyrone podcast. Today we are going to be reviewing Tyrone's pizza places. Our first pizza is Max Market, and I want to thank them for donating, and I'm joined by Michael Stoner, Lucia Eisenberg, and Sarah Jackson. I'm your host, Cody Harpster. And yeah, this new segment is going to be an interesting one, I believe.
Yeah, so first we're going to give a brief history about Max Market. It says here that Max Market began in February 1974. Wilmer McManigal bought himself, his wife Evelyn McManigal, and their 4 children the store. They specialize in custom meat cutting and personal delivery service. As the years passed through the 70s and the 80s, the product line continued to evolve. Max is now known for their famous filling. It was the base product that had a very big hand in expanding their customer base to what it is today. It has made them popular for their stuffed chicken fries, pork chops, and steak pockets, London broils, and pork roasts. So,
we're going to be grading and scoring the pizza through a different set of categories here. So we're going to be grading on the crust, the cheese/pepperoni, the sauce, the integrity of the pizza, the price, the size, and how greasy the pizza is, as well as the overall menu of Max and also what toppings they can offer for the pizza. So, I guess we're going to dig in here, and we'll be right back with what we believe and what we think the pizza should be rated then. Alright, see you in a second. And we're back from our little tasting session. So, right now we're going to go through each of the categories of what we all scored them in. So, we're going to first go over the crust. I personally thought the crust was nice. It wasn't like too crispy, but it wasn't too soft. And it also like had a good taste to it.
I also agree. I gave the crust a 4 out of 5 because, like Cody said, it wasn't like burnt crispy, but it also wasn't too soft.
Undercooked.
Yeah, it was just chewy enough to be good, and it had a very nice taste.
I had to give it a 2 out of 5 because just on personal preference. I mean, like, I agree with you guys. I think, like, based on that criteria, you guys are spot on, but, like, I'm not a chewy crust fan.
I also gave it a 3 for the chewy crust. I was not a fan. It didn't have a nice texture when you bit into it, and it was a mouthful, and it took a lot to swallow.
Okay. Next up, we have the cheese and pepperoni. I again gave that a 4 as well because the cheese and the pepperoni had a nice. There wasn't too much cheese that like overpowered anything. It was a nice balance between everything. Like
I give the cheese and pepperoni a 4 because it wasn't like too much cheese and too much pepperoni. It was like the right amount, and the cheese wasn't running off the crust. Like it stayed on the crust, and when you went to eat it, it didn't fall off, and it wasn't.
I also gave it a 4 because the cheese was very stable on the pizza, and I thought it tasted really good together with the pepperoni, because sometimes you get pepperoni and cheese that don't always complement each other, and I thought it was very good.
Yes, I'm bad cop again. I had to give it a 3. I think just based on preference again, I just don't think it's my favorite cheese. Not bad. I think it's me. It's not that. It's me.
She just doesn't like pizza, guys.
Yeah, I might be that.
all right, the sauce. Thoughts on the sauce? I thought like it was a nice amount. Again, I gave it another 4. Like, I mean, I like pizza, but if there's too much sauce,
Yeah, we all like pizza.
Too much sauce ruins
too
the
much
pizza.
sauce can ruin it and overpower. But this had a nice light amount of sauce, which is wonderful.
It had the right amount of sauce. It tasted very good, and it mixed well with the cheese and the pepperoni, so I also gave it a 4.
See, I'm gonna go bad cop again with Lucia, and I gave it a 2 on the sauce because I just thought it was really tangy for a pizza.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I thought
that's
that
what-
made it taste good.
This is a traditional Tyrone pizza. This is like you either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
But it's a tangy sauce. I think the amount was perfect.
Yeah, the sauce is very evenly put onto the pizza. It's just not my type of sauce.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I gave it a 2 also.
And another thing to understand with this podcast is this is all preference to the 4 of us. This is not everyone's opinion. It's
That
just
is true.
review.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I was good cop on integrity, man.
I was
I
good
gave
cop
it a
on
full
integrity
5.
too.
The integrity. I thought the integrity was nice for how I gave it a 3, but for how big the slice was, it held its like
I thought it
form
withheld very
pretty well.
Yeah,
And
and
the
it
cheese
wasn't
didn't, like, come off
overcooked.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever you
It's-
held it out, it didn't like completely
Just
slant,
flop.
and everything
It was, like,
fell off.
nicely-
Like for how big the slices were, it stayed together pretty
I
well.
definitely
Yeah,
sorry,
gave it
Michelle,
a
I interrupted you.
4 on integrity because I thought it withheld very well. Like if you eat it New York style and fold it, it did not flop or
Yeah.
anything.
Yes.
And it was
I feel
very
like the guy
stable.
from One Bite on Barstool where he holds it up and he's like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, like holding out this piece right now, like it's not flopping at all.
Yeah.
Now the price of the pizza, for the size of the pizza, I said it was a 5. Like
I gave it a
for that
5
big of a
as well.
pizza and how big the slices are, I think the price for it is well worth it.
Oh yeah, I gave it a 5 as well. I think it's very good price pizza for the size you get.
I also gave it a 5 for the price because those slices, those were pretty large sliced pieces of pizza, and as a large pizza for like $12, I gave it a 5 for the price. I think the price fit perfectly with the amount that you got, and it was good.
Yeah. The grease. Now we're gonna go into the. Or no, my bad. We're gonna go to the size. My bad. The size. We've been talking about this. It's very large and nice slices for 1 or 2 people, or even 4 of us to even all.
Yeah, I gave it a full 5 because I think it's a good size, but on
Yeah.
the price I did give it a 3 just because it's not my favorite. Like for me, that price wouldn't be worth it because it's not like I'm not a huge fan of the sauce. But like the size, that's a full 5. That's a nice size
I gave
pie.
it a full 5 for the size
Yeah.
too. It was,
I also
it was
gave it
nice,
a-
large, and delicious pizza.
Yes.
I
also
gave
give
it
a
a
full
4 for the size because, like, I thought it could be a little bit bigger, but I did enjoy how big the slices were, and it was enough to fill you up.
Yeah, you
And
can't
it-
say both. You gotta pick one.
I put a 4.
Okay, all right, whatever.
5. Now we're gonna go to the grease. I
Now
thought the
this,
pizza.
we're gonna be grading this one a little bit differently instead of like
Adding points, you're
yeah,
subtracting.
positive, yeah. So Greece are gonna be doing this as a negative thing. So this will
Mhm.
deduct points from their final
Yeah.
score.
I gave it a 3 because some pizza out there, it can be really greasy and it kind of just runs down your hand. And it's not the best, but this pizza had a little bit of grease, but it really wasn't that bad. Like I thought it was a nice.
I'm gonna go with Cody on that. I also gave it -3, and that's just simply because I'm with him. It's midway in between. Like it doesn't have so much grease that it's like, oh wow, I can't eat this. Like it makes me sick. But it
Mhm.
doesn't have no grease at all. And sometimes grease on pizza is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like grease makes pizza pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave the grease a -2 because I like a little greasy pizza. Like not enough to make me like be sick for the rest of the afternoon. Just give it a little bit extra taste.
We know you like greasy, Mike. Lucia, what were your thoughts on the grease?
Man, I had to take 5. I think I'm just the bad cop today.
You think so?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm just Greece is.
I feel like Lucia's gonna be our bad cop throughout
Yeah.
this series.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Lucia, every category are like. "Nyeh."
Nothing's
yeah.
perfect
Yeah.
for
I'm
her.
sorry.
And now the overall menu of Max.
Oh, they have.
See,
they
this,
have-
this I thought was fantastic.
See, if I would have brought money, I would have ordered wings too for this.
They have a wonderful menu for like how small they are.
Yeah,
Like
huge
they
variety.
have such a variety.
And the good thing
They have the meat. I'm sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
And that's what I was about to say. The thing I like most about it is it's not just like you walk into Max and first off it's a great environment. Ever go
Mhm.
into Max, it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
But you
Yeah,
walk
people
in,
who work there are just
yeah, it's great hospitality.
hmm
But you walk in and there's the counter on this side and then there's the meat counter in the back, which I really enjoy because there's so much variety within such a small store.
Yes.
Yeah, they have so many options you get when you they have like stromboli's, they have hoagies,
Wings.
Mm.
hot dogs.
Let me tell
to
you,
go along
I'm-
with the pizza and the meat market.
Have you guys tried the Dunkers?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
they're so
I
good.
just get wings one
It's
day.
like
So
stuffing
good.
and you dunk them in gravy.
Mm. Really
I'm a huge fan. Yeah, they have a huge menu, lots of variety.
good. And Max wings, their boneless wings. Oh, they're so good. Their
Yes.
hot wings. Mm.
Yeah,
really
but for such a small town, we're really lucky to have
Yeah,
like a
they're-
one-stop shop like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys all grade that then? Mike,
I
what-
gave it a 5 out of 5.
I give it a
5.
4.
I give it a 4.
I give it a 5. There's so much there.
Now the toppings for the pizza.
This kind of goes within the menu too, like
Yeah,
the different
there's
variety
such
of
a
toppings.
variety.
Yeah.
like it's
I definitely gave them a 4 out of 5 because there's such a wide variety. Like there's a taco pizza.
What?
really.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
If
know
I'm
that.
pretty certain that there's
I mean, I know they have the controversial pickle pizza.
What?
see, I like the pickle pizza. I'm a fan of the pickle pizza, but I also love pickles, so that's how I feel about that.
Huh? I didn't know there was a pickle pizza. Interesting.
I mean, I gave it a 4. I thought
I gave it a
definitely
four,
gave it
yeah.
a 4 out of 5.
Great variety.
Like, I
4 out
think-
of 5.
5.
Yeah, so we tallied this out of a possible 160 points. A 114. So,
they definitely
final reviews?
I mean, the pizza's great, and I think not just the pizza goes into this review. I think it's more so the small market itself is awesome, and to go in and you just feel at home when you go in. It's not one of those places that you.
Yeah, if I was grading this, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. The store.
The store
I
itself
would
is
definitely
good.
order this pizza again. Like, it was really good and delicious.
Yeah, and I'd order it all the time.
And there's
Like,
also
I
such a
definitely
variety. You
order it all
can
the
also get
time.
more and stuff too.
Yeah, and another thing about Max Pizza is it's so awesome to have a store like that in Tyrone.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Like,
believe they
it's-
donate stuff after like the games, like the
Yeah,
football
they
games
do.
and
They
stuff
donate
like that.
a lot of
They're-
stuff.
they-
in
and
the
it's just
community.
they're highly involved in the community.
Yeah.
So what more could you ask for?
Really.
Yeah, so we'd really like to thank Max for donating the pie today.
Yes, they donated. We want to thank them a lot. It was very delicious.
Very
Yeah.
delicious.
So hopefully we'll just keep this podcast going and keep reviewing all of Tyrone's various shops because there's a lot.
And that's going to be the end of the first episode of the Tyrone Pizza Podcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.